I'm Kimberly from Dirt Floor Fibers, and either welcome or welcome back. A big thank you to all of the new folks who have subscribed to join us on this crafting journey. I appreciate you. And of course, always, like the video. If you like the content, it helps me know if you like what I'm doing. And send me a comment down below because I would love to talk to you and hear about what you are working on and your own market plans. Because today, guys, starts a push for market prep for the Daffodil Festival. That's coming up the first weekend of April. It's like April 6th and 7th or something like that. And guess what I did to myself? So I think I might have told you guys this, but I can't remember. I had originally reached out to a local yarn shop that I've worked with before to do a trunk show. And I was like, hey, is there a date this year where you'd like me to come back? I had a lot of fun last time. I haven't done it in a couple of years. So I thought that would be great. And I was like, or even doing like a small display during the James River yarn crawl. And they got back to me and they were like, we're all full for the yarn crawl, but do you want this other date later in the year? And I was like, oh, that'd be fabulous. Yeah, I love it. So I got all signed up and figured I had nothing else for April. Well, a different yarn shop that I had done a trunk show with as well reached out to me on Instagram and was like, hey, we've got room. Do you want to do a trunk show during the James River yarn crawl? And I'm like, oh crap. Yes, of course I do. Panic. It's gonna be fine. Anyway, okay, so bring it down. So I told them yes and told them it was gonna be great, and it is going to be great. I'm really excited about it. The store was great. It's Center of the Yarniverse, by the way. They were really great to work with before, and I really look forward to going back. But that means that I'm going to be prepping for two different things in the same window because I definitely need to get some more yarn dyed for the trunk show, and I need to get a ton more plushies made. So today is Saturday, the 16th, maybe? I can't remember at this point what day it is. I think it's the 16th, somewhere around there. It's a Saturday. And so that means that I have 3 weeks and 2.5 weekends to market prep. I'm only counting this one as half a weekend because, again, today is Saturday. And I got up early this morning. I can't remember what time, but it was fairly early. Got the dogs ready, got out of the house, went and got hay, stopped by work, stopped and got a salad for lunch/dinner. And then I got home and I don't know what time it is right now, but it's gotta be like 5 o'clock. I did do a recap for my last market. So if you're like, hey, you're like wearing the same shirt in half your videos. Number one, it's like the only shirt I own. But number two, I'm filming a lot in one day, but it's only like 5 o'clock at this point. Already. It's already 5 o'clock at this point, at least. I haven't gotten anything done today, and I'm supposed to be super productive. So whatever, we'll make it work. One of my dogs is trying to break into the office. They're French doors, so they know if they hit them hard enough, they'll pop open. We'll see what happens. We might have somebody bursting in here like the Kool-Aid Man. But we'll, oh. Buddy. You want to come up here? Come here. Can you say hi to the people? Oh, I can't lift her. Oh my God. Can you see this little face? So this is Anya. Hi, pretty girl. Yeah, You can't see. I can't. Eating my hair. I can't get anything done because I have little smushy faces like this who keep distracting me. Hi. Okay, get down. You have enough attention. And then this little monkey. Come here. Come here, bear. Bear. Can you get up here? Come here, bear. You're not as tall yet. Come here. He's like, I don't know what you're doing to me. Can you come here? It's all your feet. He's not gonna come up. He's a little shy. And I'm trying to like pick him up and he's like, what are you doing? You don't carry me. So anyway, the dog just burst in here like a wrecking ball. But anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, lots of market prep. So I've got 3 weeks to get this all knocked out, both the plushies and some new hand-dyed yarn. Hang on, I gotta get the dogs out there. They're making noise now. 1 second. Come on, Duggies. Come on, Duggies. Out. All right, I'm back. Kick the dogs out. They were not happy. So where was I? Market prep. Okay. So Daffodil Festival, I've never been before, but I'm super excited. I got a really good booth. I don't know what constitutes a really good booth because I've never been before, but looking at the map, which I'll try to put right here, I think it's gonna be good. I'm in booth 455, and basically what the setup looks like, I don't know exactly where everything's situated, but basically in Gloucester, when you're near the old courthouse, there's like a road that comes like this way, and then there's a roundabout, and in the middle of the roundabout is an old historic courthouse and some other little buildings, and then it goes up through town again. So the way it's laid out is there's like booths along the road this way, booths all in the area where the historic courthouse is, and then more booths along the businesses up on this side. I'm up by the businesses on this side, kind of more toward the courthouse side. So I feel like I'm like not in the center, but like toward the center. And I have a corner. Guys, I have a corner booth. So I don't know how I'm gonna set up for a corner booth with plushies, so we're gonna have to figure it out. But I think there's gonna be some really interesting challenges. Now, on the downside is I'm on like the back side. I'm like a back corner, but we have to look on the positive side. So I'm gonna need lots of plushies to fill that, especially since most of my yarn is gonna be going to the trunk show. That means I have to rely on my plushies for the festival, which I think will be fine and it'll make my booth look more cohesive. Because there are also booth prizes. First place I think is like $100 cash and a free booth next year for next year's festival. Second place is $100 cash, and then the third place is another cash prize, not 100, but a little bit less, but still decent. I want it, guys. Again, I don't know like what makes a booth winter material, because I'm not really into, do you guys ever go to like a craft fair or a farmer's market and it's a beautiful setup and there's beautiful wares, but you can't tell which pieces are for sale and which ones are just for display? Like, I hate it. I hate it when there's things out on display that are not for sale. So I don't want to clutter it up with decorations, but I want it to look cute because I want to be better than everybody else and win, because that's how I am. So I'm super excited, but that means we've got a lot of work to do. We are still working on making our way through our yarn stash. I'm a little bit worried because I still have some posh left, but I really liked using that for some of my items, like my axolotl with no eyes, and all my mini turtles and whatever, but Joann's has not restocked yet. And it looks like they've come out with another yarn, like a chenille yarn called Teddy Bear. Also, nobody has it in stock, and you can't even order most of the colors online because they're out of stock online. Can please somebody tell me why Joann's keeps creating new yarn for their Big Twist collection and then putting it on sale before having enough stock to actually keep it in stock? It's really obnoxious, and I would prefer if they would stop that. So Joann, if you're watching, knock it off. Now it's loud outside again too. Motorcycle? I don't know, I couldn't see him. I'm so distractible. That just kind of tells you guys where I am right now. So we are gonna embark on a journey, and we are going to do some crazy market prep. So the two big things that are going to kind of get us started with market prep, I have 14 items left over from my last market. I have a bunch of projects that are like midway done and just need some finishing features to them. So we're definitely going to be finishing up whips. I said 2 and I've got 3. I'm eventually going to have to finish up whips. But the big things I'm going to start out with are, number 1, I kind of want to do a how much can I crochet in a day, like 24 hours. I might try it, guys. If I'm not too tired, I'll start as soon as I'm done with the video and try to pull an all-nighter and see what it is that I can create in 24 hours. And I'll come back and show you the progress. we'll see. We'll see if that happens. And then I'm also looking forward to a market inventory prep challenge that's coming up. So that's going to be hosted by Cameron's Cute Creations. If you've never seen her videos, highly recommend you go and check it out. She is slightly too perky for my actual preferences, but she's, I don't know, her videos are fun to watch, and there's good information, and she kind of has a combination of kind of like going along with her to markets as well as like small business, sorry, put like in the viewfinder, there we go, as well as like small business advice and like talking about like how she started her business and whatnot. So Cameron's Cute Creations, I'll try to link it below, but she's hosting a market prep challenge that starts on the 25th. It's a Monday and runs to that Friday. And every day there's like prompts and they do like videos and stuff. I missed it last year. I didn't know about it until way after the fact because I didn't start following her until a little bit later in the year. So I'm definitely going to join in for that. It is free. You just have to sign up so that you're on the list to get all this stuff. So that's going to start on the 25th. And we're going to see what we can get done. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and jump in. What do I want to do first? I don't know. I'll make a decision and then I'll get back to you as soon as I know. All right, there's a dog barking outside, and Anya's barking at it, and it's barking back, so there might be some chaos in the background, but I don't want to wait because I figured out what I want to do. So it turns out all I had to do was braid my hair, and that meant business, and so now I know what I want to do. So because our goal is to produce, and be really motivated today, 24 hours of crocheting, I picked out my first 2 skeins of yarn. So I'm going to call them leggy frogs. They're not actual leggy frogs, but they're frogs with leggies. And so those are really popular. I always sell out of them. So I'm going to do 2 different colors. These are Chenille Home Slim. One is the color Fog. That's this one. And then the other one I think is Agave. I don't know if that's how you say that. Yeah. So I'm going to start with those. I think I can get 4 frogs out of each one. I'm not entirely sure, but I love making these, and I think they're so sneaking cute, and they sell really, really well. I think I sold them for either $10 or $12 at my market, and again, I sold out. Every time I bring them, I sell out of them. So I'm going to start and use up these 2 skeins making frogs, and then I sold 2 out of my 4 ice cream cones last time, and I think if I had had mini ice cream cones, I would have like sold even more. So I'm also going to grab, I want a little one, I'm going to grab the big one. I'm going to grab some Premier Chunky. I don't know what color this is. It's maybe like toffee or something, but I like to use this as my cones. And then I'm going to grab some like ice cream colors. I like these ones that have the pom-pom, also from Premier, that have like the little speckles in them. So I'm going to grab the white one. I have no idea what it's called. I'm going to grab the little pink one to make like a strawberry sort of flavor. The purple one, I don't know what purple ice cream is, but it's cute. And then the blue one as well. So I'm going to see how many ice cream cones I can make out of the bigger skein of the toffee, and then we'll add some toppings in. I don't have, that's all I have left of my cherry color. I wonder if I ordered more. I might have a color in Chenille Home Slim that's close. That's over in my closet. So I'm not going to worry about that now. I can always find a cherry color later and add them on because they're not sewn, or they're not crocheted in, they're sewn on. So we'll add those later. So first frogs, then ice cream cones, and we'll check back in and see how we're doing. Okay, so Moose is not cooperating for this video. He will not walk in front of me. But it's about 8:40, probably at this point, and Moose, I think, could see the lights on in the house now because it's dark, and so he started crying and wanted to come in the house. So we're going out for a little walk first. I also took off my glasses, or took out my contacts and put on my glasses, so that way we're ready to snuggle in when I get back. So it took me like half an hour till about 6:30 to actually get my life in order and find my safety eyes, and I couldn't find my notions pouch, so I didn't have my darning needles or my scissors. So that was a mess, but about 6:30 it got started. Moose is sniffing out if he has to go to the bathroom or not. Don't want to show you that on film. That would be gross. But anyways, and so actually started crocheting about 6:30, and then I've finished 2 of my frogs so far, and then I've started on the head of the other one. But this is a nice little break getting outside. Gives my hands a little bit of a rest, get some fresh air. It's gotten really cold, so this will be a fast walk, or as fast as Moose ever goes. All right, check in a bit. All right, so now that Moose has his act together, kind of, sort of, and we have some light from some street lamps, let me tell you a story about this guy. So we had our walk this morning, and we're gonna go down towards the water, have a nice... Sorry about that, there was somebody on a golf cart coming up, and Moose is not sure how he feels about golf carts, apparently. But anyway, we're going down to like walk down by the water and whatever. And we got to a part where there's a lot of like trees over the road, and there were birds, right? And so birds were like squawking and chirping and flying around. And Moose had like a panic attack, dragged me down the street in the opposite direction. And then I finally got him to stop, and he sat there shaking while I pet him because he was afraid of the birds. Moose, are you a chicken? Would you be afraid of chickens? Yeah, I mean, you can see how big he is, right? It's a decent sized dog. And he couldn't finish his walk because the birds were scary. Some guardian you are. Moose. Yeah. You wanna tell the people your thoughts on birds? Apparently not. All right, guys, so sorry about the terrible lighting and angle and everything, but I'm down here in bed. It's a little bit after 1, like maybe like 1:01, 1:02 at this point, and I think I'm going to call it quits for tonight because my hands are getting a little crampy. I'm a little tired, and I've already been up a couple times to check on Moose because he keeps getting up to shenanigans. But so far he's been pretty good. He hasn't gotten anything like really, really bad, but he was making noises a couple minutes ago. So I'm gonna go check on him and make sure everything's still okay. But what I accomplished, I finished up that entire 1 ball of the chenille Home Slim. So originally I was like, oh, I can totally make 4 of those Fred the Frogs. They look like this. Oh, he's got, there we go. He had a fluff on him. I was like, I can make 4 of these out of a ball of yarn. So I made 4, and there's still yarn left. So I'm like, oh, I can make a 5th one. And there was still yarn left, so I made a 6th one. And then I was almost out of yarn. I don't think I had, no, I know I didn't have enough to make another one of these. And I ran out of that size eye, which I have no idea. I ordered a ton new of like those eyes, but I have no idea where they are. So I've got to find those tomorrow because I'm all out of that size. And so I decided turtles would look really cute in this color. And so I went ahead and made 2... Let's see if I can show you 2 flippers for a turtle. And this is how much yarn I had left. So it's like literally that extra long yarn tail, and that finished up the entire skein of yarn. So 1 down, like a bajillion left to go. So I think I'm going to go to bed. Like I said, it's about 1. Probably get up at like 6 maybe. We'll see what happens. But because I'm out of eyeballs, I don't think I'm going to do more of these guys in the morning. I wanted to do that other color green, but I got to find the eyes first. So I might start in on ice cream cones. It's really amusing. Okay, I'm done now. Sorry. Time for bed. So, change of plans. This is not going to be a how much can I crochet in 24 hours. I was also going to think about just like showing what I could make in like 24 hours. Not like a challenge, but just here's what I made today sort of thing. But even that's going downhill real fast. So I went to bed. I think the last time I talked to you was like 1 o'clock in the morning-ish. And I went to bed. I only had to get up like maybe once to go check on Moose. And then I got up again at like 5:30 to go check on Moose. But after that, he left me alone. Maybe I didn't get as much sleep as I thought I did. He left me alone until about 9:30. So I totally slept the longest that I have in, God, I don't know, weeks, which is sad because if I went to bed at 1 and got up at 9:30 and got interrupted at least twice, that's like still less than 8 hours of sleep, but that's fine. It's all fine. So I had a good night's sleep. And then at 9:30, instead of getting out of bed, I put on the YouTube again and I crocheted an ice cream cone, one of the little mini ones that I wanted to do. And that, oh, hang on, we're gonna turn a corner. And so that took me until about 10. And then I got ready, took Moose on a nice like half-hour walk, got everybody fed, watered. Yeah, so now it's like 11:17 and I'm in my car on the way to go take care of the sheep. I have a bucket of grain for them. You can see I've got hay in the back. Yeah, so I should get them taken care of. They're definitely gonna need water because I turned over a couple of their extra water containers because they had some upset tummies a couple weeks ago, and so I medicated their water and wanted to make sure they were drinking out of the water that was medicated, so I like reduced what their choices were. So I might have to flip at least one of the other containers back over because it's getting warmer outside and they're gonna be drinking more water. So anyways, I'm gonna go take care of the sheep. Then I have to run into work again. I really want a day off, just one day, but with our new ticketing system that I told you guys about, it's been a challenge. So I'm gonna go in and take care of some stuff at work, but I brought my computer with me because my phone was taking forever to send over some videos from my phone to my computer so I could edit them. And so I figured I'd bring it into work and then I can use the Wi-Fi there just a little bit faster than at my house to get everything uploaded to the computer while I was working. And so I kind of killed two birds with one stone. I also brought with me my yarn just in case. Kind of curious to see how many ice cream cones I can get out of one of those for the mini size. If I'm not mistaken, I think when I did it before, I could get 2.5 ice cream cones out of one skein of the Premier Parfait Chunky, but I can't remember if it was that or if it was like the latte cups that I could get 2.5 out of. I don't know, I'll have to go back and watch my videos, but all right, I'm gonna go feed the sheep, go into work, and then hopefully come home, get some more crocheting done, maybe some yard work, laundry. Oh yeah, I am wearing the same shirt 2 days in a row. It's fine. I figure it's been a rough week. I figure I'm gonna be like getting dirty and sweaty anyway, and so there's no point in wearing something clean. And then that way I can throw in wash when I get home, and then everything will be clean except for my uber dirty outfit. So yeah, good times. All right, I'm gonna go and feed some sheep. Hey guys, it is festival day, so we are gonna jump right into things. I wanna say a big thank you and a shout out to all of you who have recently subscribed to my channel. And all of you who have like just watched the videos, like looking at the last couple of ones and seeing all of the views and the likes and the comments, and thank you so much guys. So keep it up, say hi to me in the comments. I would love to start a conversation. So crazy town is going on right now. I am running like exactly on time, like exactly on time, which you're probably like, wow, I'm really impressed because you're never on time. Well, I'm like a half an hour later than I wanted to be because I really wanted to go get coffee. I really need coffee right now, guys. But where I'm going is right in like downtown Gloucester. If Gloucester, Virginia has a downtown, it's a main street anyway. There's gotta be someone on that street that sells coffee. And it's a big festival. It's the Daffodil Festival going on today, April 6th, and tomorrow, April 7th, something like that. And there's gotta be like a coffee truck vendor, right? There's gotta be. So it's wild, guys. It's gonna be wild. So so sorry, I'm like getting sick because I'm so run down. The last time I saw you, it was 3 weeks ago. Actually might have checked in with you 2 weeks ago because it took a while to film the exit of the video. That's okay. The last event was 3 weeks ago, and I was super excited because that gave me 3 weeks to prepare for the Daffodil Festival, which went by really, really, really fast, especially since at my last market, I pretty much sold out. I had hardly anything left. I still have hardly anything, spoiler alert, but that's okay. So my first 2 weeks after the second Sundays in Williamsburg, I was literally working 7 days a week. I had a full 2 weeks without a single day not in the office. I mean, I work 7 days a week anyway, so I'm always on call because right now I'm like the only person. And that's fine. I knew that when I signed up for the job, it's okay. But going into the office every day is killer, especially since I have an hour commute each way.
In about 10 miles, take a slight left turn onto Main Street.
Between like 10 and 12 hour days. A couple of times I tried to get out at like the 8-hour mark. I was so proud of myself, and then had to turn around and come back because some sort of chaos broke out. So 2 weeks straight, no breaks. And then Monday, I took some time off a little bit. I have to move the sheep out of where they're currently housed. So in all that chaos, I was also trying to find a new house for the sheep. I think we're successful. I've got a few more T's I've got to cross and I's I've got to dot, but I think we should be good to move them on Monday. But that also means, because where they're going, guys, there's no fence. There's no fence, and it's in the woods. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be an adventure. The sheep are going to have fun, I think. And so we're going to pop them in there, an electric fence, and I don't know. We'll see what happens. It's just temporary until I get a more permanent location for them. But for right now, hopefully that'll work. I'll try to take some footage of that so you can see that kind of chaos going on. But then the rest of this week, I was still working, but I threw myself into market prep. But because I was at work so often, my market prep strategy didn't work. So my goal in the back of my head, I wanted to have like $3,000 to $4,000 worth of plushie inventory. There's a prize for best booth, and I really wanted it because I'm competitive. But there's no way we're making it with this. That's okay. It's fine. Do what we can with what we have. I keep saying I'm so sorry. So what was I saying? I had a point. Oh, and then I also wanted to have more yarn. You guys probably heard one of my videos, I think I might have told you, that I also got invited to do a trunk show at Center of the Yarniverse for the James River Yarn Crawl, which I posted a little video to Instagram, so go over and check that out. Like, follow, subscribe, I don't know, whatever it is you're supposed to do over there. Oh my gosh, the sun. Yeah, so I also spent this last week dyeing extra because I didn't have much inventory left after pulling it out of the store in Newport News that it was in. I've got some new colors and a new base. I actually have 2 new bases, but I don't have anything dyed up on the new base yet. So that'll be for more like probably the Scotchtown Fiber Festival and the Frederick, Maryland Fiber Fest. Those are both coming up at the end of April as well. So I'll probably have those for that. But I put all my yarn there. So I don't have much. I kept all my hand spun for this festival. But all my hand dyed is over at Center of the Yarniverse. So go check it out. We got some good stuff up in there for the yarn crawl. I do like a good yarn crawl, which I'll hopefully be able to go and actually look at all the shops next week if I have time. Whoever has time. That's okay. So market prep strategy. Yeah, so I said I wanted like $3,000 to $4,000 just in plushies. And I was so busy with work, what I decided to do was batch make some stuff. You guys know I love batch making, where you pick out something you're going to do, and you do like all the bodies, and then all the ears, and then all the snouts, and then you sew all of it together, and blah, blah, blah. So you do it like in pieces like that. It's a lot faster. So I was taking stuff on the road with me. So I was making bodies that I could stuff later, whatever. So I had a bunch of stuff. So there was one plushie I recently made, and I thought, I was trying to remember if I grabbed it or not to finish it up at the festival. I think I did. Well, it'll be fine. But I was batch making things to finish up later. Well, now I have a bunch of half-made items. So I've got a ton of things that are in progress and very few things that are actually finished. And then I have some that are close but just need like a mouth, so that should be pretty fast, and like a price tag. So yeah, today's gonna be gorgeous. You can see like how bright and sunny it is, blue sky. It is supposed to be a little bit windy, but I'll show you. I got my new tent weights in the mail, so hopefully we won't blow away this week. Setup's a little bit weird. We're getting close, so you might hear my GPS start going off in a second. But we have to check in at the local elementary school. And then I have to come back out to like the highway, go all the way around town, and then come back in from the other direction. My check-in time is at 7:20, which is in 7 minutes. I think I'll be pretty close to being there on time. So I have to check in, go to my spot after driving like around the whole town, unload, move my car. Cars have to be out of town by 8 o'clock. So I have no idea how late like the last time slot is, because for some people 7:20 is really pushing it. I mean, I've got nothing in my car, so it's gonna take me like 5 minutes again, so I'm not worried about that. And then you have to have your entire booth set up by 8:30, and I think the festival must start at 9 to 5 today, and I think it's noon to 5 tomorrow, which noon seems like a weird start time for a festival, but it is a Sunday, so I don't know. So I really only have an hour and 10 minutes to get set up, which for setting up the booth, that's going to be a snap. It's going to take me like 20 minutes tops to put everything together. But I usually like to have time to tag and finish with a few more items, things like that. That's where I'm going to be running really short on time. Yeah. It's going to be fine. It'll be great. It'll be great. And if all else fails, and I don't sell anything, bummer. That stinks. There's nothing I can do about it now. And I'll have stock for second Sundays next week, where I know I'll sell stuff. So it'll be great. As long as I can find coffee. It'll be okay. And if I find coffee, it'll be great. Put it that way. Alright, so I'm going to sign off because I'm almost to Main Street. And I'll show you my spot once I get all set up. Alright, so it's now 7:29. I checked in at 7:20 on the dot. Hang on, the light's turning green. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Okay, that's a little better. So you might be wondering why it's taking 9 minutes to get from check-in to my booth. Well, that's because some people got to like just turn out of the elementary school and go right down the street. Other people, including me, hello, had to go all the way back out to the main street, all the way around town. I already told you about this. And then go back in from the other direction. What I forgot is that when you do that, you drive almost right past the Starbucks. So I went and got myself a caramel macchiato. Yeah. I got my coffee. But I was thinking about it. I think if I have time later, I'll go over with you guys what is in my like essential kit for going to markets. I actually need to clean mine out because it's like filled with junk at this point, so I just keep stuffing stuff into it. But usually a water bottle is really high on the list. I forgot my water bottle. So I have my Taco Bell Mountain Dew. That was my dinner last night. Well, taco was dinner. This was my drink. And then my macchiato that I just got. And then I have another bottle of soda in my bag that's like 2 days old, so it's probably disgusting at this point. But I have no water. Maybe somebody in town will be selling something. We'll see. But oh, the whole point of that is I am going to have to go to the bathroom so bad later. All right. So hopefully one of the stores will be open. I can use their bathroom. That was the whole point. Anyway, so I'm heading back into town and I don't see any signs yet. So I'm gonna go so I can pay attention to what I'm doing. Holy cow, guys. Today was rough. And no, I just dropped my pen. We still have tomorrow left to go. Like, can you see my face? Like, it doesn't look as bad out here as it did in the Starbucks bathroom. Like, it's all red. Bleh. So I didn't get a chance to film anything, because I was running late because I was all proud. I told you that I checked in on time and even went and got my coffee. Well, I went down the street where my booth was supposed to be, but there's no they're like, look for your number, but nothing's numbered. Everything's like on a flag stuck in the ground. And so driving past it on the road, you can't actually see where your booth is. So I overshot it, had to go down, and then of course couldn't turn around and come back in through the other entrance, and I had to go all the way back around again. So it took forever for me to actually get to my booth and get unloaded and whatever. Managed to get set up like just in the nick of time, mostly because I didn't have very much stuff, but I still had to like tag everything and whatever. So windy. However, those new tent weights that I ordered, I'll see if... Oh, the other reason why I didn't film a lot today. Do you like my pen? These are actually really nice. It's like my favorite pens. Oh, can you see that? There you go. Yeah. It's a nice pen. Anyway, my phone, I didn't charge it last night, but I was like, the half-hour drive to Gloucester should be enough to like give me enough juice for the day. Well, apparently my phone was plugged in, but sometimes it like plugs and it registers that it's plugged in, but doesn't really actually charge. So I only had like 30-something% by the time I got there. And actually my phone died before the end of the day anyway. So I didn't have anything left to like actually film with. But the tent weights that I got, I'll see if I can show you them tomorrow. I got them from Max, E-U-R Max. And they're really nice. They're like a metal plate, and 2 of them together weigh 44 pounds, I think. And then I had my other one stacked on top of it. So it got pretty windy, but I only ever had to grab my tent once, and that was really more for my peace of mind. I don't think it was going anywhere. I did lose a shelf. One of my big metal racks fell over, which was obnoxious, especially because it fell on one of my cardboard boxes and it broke the side. But whatever, that was cheap. I can replace that. Yeah, so super windy, freezing cold. Like, well, I guess it wasn't freezing. It's like 55 right now. But when the sun went away and the breeze started up, it was chilly out there. So I guess I was probably staying to the sun as much as I could, hence the sunburn on my cheeks. Either that or it's chapped from the wind, or a combination of the two, whatever. So yeah, we have a problem, guys. I guess it's not really a problem. I don't know. So I ended up, between what I had ready to go this morning and what I made and put out on my shelves throughout the day, I'm really tired. So I like all the pauses when I have to think of what I was going to say next. According to my list, I had about 42 items. Oh, I didn't count how many I actually sold. But those 42 items were worth about $519. The math might not math perfectly there, because again, I got distracted like most of the way down the list and couldn't remember if I'd already added something in. But it's about $519, so a little bit less than what I had at Second Sundays last time. That was like $641 or something like that. But according to my calculations, I sold approximately $398 worth of stuff today, and that included 2 skeins of yarn that were not counted in my plushie numbers. I did lose $20 though. I'm really sad about this, because after my phone died, I was in offline mode because there was no like Wi-Fi or anything, and somebody swiped their card for a $20 item, and I know exactly who it was, at least I think. And the card looked like it went through because I was in offline mode, but it was declined for, well, it was declined. I don't think the girl had enough money on it because she wasn't sure if it would go through or not, but it looked like it did because I was in offline mode. So she got a free ice cream cone, but she was young, so I don't know, power to her. Had a little extra present for her. Yeah, so I have like no stuff left. Even though it says in theory that I have like $100 worth of plushies left. I don't know if that's accurate, because I didn't sell my whale. I've got 1 ice cream cone left, an axolotl, 1 squid. And I made 2 Trunk the Turtles, and I've got 1 large flapjack octo left. Everything else is gone. I don't know what to do. I'm so tired. I can't stay up tonight. I guess I can. It'll be fine. The festival tomorrow doesn't start until noon, and you can't get onto the grounds until 9:30. So I'll probably go feed the sheep in the morning, and I can maybe go try to put my electric fence in the morning. That makes me... Maybe I'll go drop it off. It's a lot of driving. Maybe I'll go drop it off now. I don't know, guys. What should I do? See, this is the problem when I get too tired, is that I lack problem-solving skills. Let's go to Home Depot and get the rest of the fence stuff that I need. And then we'll decide from there. We'll definitely have to crochet some more tonight. All right, well, I'll check in with you later. Bye, guys. Hey guys, it is Sunday and it is still cold outside. According to my car, it's about 51. I don't think it's quite as windy as it was yesterday though. And the sun is shining and there's like not a cloud in the sky, so it should be gorgeous. Now, I didn't get any work done last night. I actually ran some fencing supplies into where I'm gonna put my sheep. So I didn't get home until like 10 o'clock or so. And at that point I was like, oh, I actually got home later. What did I do? Oh, I stopped and took a car nap. That's why I was home so late. It was like 11 o'clock, I think, when I got home. And at that point I was so tired that I was like, I'm going to bed. I don't even care. Moose then woke me up at like 6:30 this morning. And so I got ready and went and took care of the sheep. And then I'm here in the Starbucks parking lot for a macchiato. And then I also stopped by the gas station to get gas, but also gummy bears and a soda for later today. So, you know, breakfast of champions right here. Yeah, so we're gonna go and get set back up. It's 9:57 right now. The event area opened at 9:30 to vendors, and you have to be set up by 11:30, and the festival comes back at noon. So it's noon to 5 today. So I've got plenty of time, not really worried about that at all. Yeah, then we'll sit and we'll crochet. My only problem is that I didn't charge my computer last night because I swear when I left yesterday, I had like at least 50% charge, even though I've been using it for a while. But when I was working on it this morning in the Starbucks parking lot, because I wanted access to Wi-Fi for a few minutes, it ended up being, it's like at 14% right now. So I might have to like open up my patterns and take a picture with my phone. I can always do a screenshot or download it from Etsy on my phone, but I'm trying to not have my phone die today. I also didn't charge my Square reader, but there should be plenty of charge on that. Yeah, so let's go ahead and check out and see if our tent survived the night. All right, I've got you guys propped up behind one of my mannequins for a second, but I wanted to show you something. First of all, it's 11 o'clock and I just had 2 people come by and buy something and we don't open for another hour, so yay. But yesterday I had a little girl come by, well, she wasn't a little girl, she was a medium-sized girl, and she had liked these little mushroom guys that I had and wanted to think about it because she's being responsible with her money. Well, by the time she decided she really wanted it and came back, they were all gone. And so I asked her what color she liked, and she said like red or green, and I said if you stop back by tomorrow, aka today, I'd see what I can do for her. And her mom, as they were walking away, let me know that this is like the last weekend that she can be out of the house because she's gonna be starting chemo. And so I'm like, so I had to make something. So I've got these 2 little guys set aside for her. So she can decide if she wants the red or the green. This was not the yarn that I originally used. I didn't have red or green in my Parfait Chunky, which is what I originally used. This is Chenille Home Slim for the top, and then the bottom is the Bernat Frosted. And I actually like the way these guys came out better. They're a little bit bigger. So when I put them out for sale, I'm gonna charge a couple dollars more. Instead of 8, I'm going to make them 10. But for her, it's gonna stay at the 8. But I love the little tops. They do come out. They're the little poppers, but you can like rearrange them. So I hope she comes back by. So I'm gonna set these aside for her today. Hey guys, it's me here at work from the future. Far in the future, but that's okay. If you guys notice, my office is different, not so historical. I'm a little sad about that. I have a literal cubicle now, which is sad, but that's okay. We moved offices. The plus side though, I have this really nice window right here, so my natural lighting is fantabulous. But anyway, that's not the point. So I was going through and editing the Daffodil Festival video, and I realized that a bunch of my footage has gone missing. Two key pieces. One, I really wanted to show you guys what my tent looked like overnight, but I don't know what happened to the picture that I took of it, or the video that I took of it. It's just gone. But basically what I did, if you remember, it's really, really windy, and you know, this time of year, you always get dew on things, and so I didn't want anything to get ruined or knocked over. So basically what I did is I took all my stock, put it back in the bags, and I left everything in my tent. There's, you know, I don't even know how many vendors were there, and the streets were like literally closed down, and there's a police presence, so I wasn't worried about anything going missing, and so I didn't like take all my stock with me. I just kind of consolidated all of it in its bags and left it under the tent. I also broke down my tall shelves and just folded them back up and laid them on the ground, because I ended up dropping my canopy down one peg, so it's the bottom legs weren't extended, and so the canopy was only like, you know, like chin height. And then that way, actually it's maybe a little bit lower, I forget how tall it is, but I figured having it lower would help make sure it didn't go sailing off in a gust of wind. And it actually worked really well. Everything was just fine the next morning, and it was really easy to just pop my tent back up and put everything back out on the shelf. So that worked out really well. The other thing that went missing was my recap video. So we'll go ahead and tell you how I did now. I went back and did some adding, because apparently I didn't write it down. I just did it in my head when I did my other video. So went back and looked, and if you guys remember, I said that I did not have anywhere near the amount of inventory that I actually wanted to have, but I was still pretty happy with the way that the day went. So I started out the first day either putting out at the beginning or adding things throughout the day, a total of 42 plushies, and then I added another 7 the next day, and so I ended up with a total of 49 plushies that I had available. I sold all of them except for 4. So 45 out of 49 plushies sold. And to be fair, the last couple ones, a couple of the last ones that didn't sell were actually, I made them like right at the end of the market, and so there was no time for them to sell. So that was really, really great. I ended up selling a total of about $593 worth of product. That included some yarn that I sold as well. And so I just thought the market went really well. I wish I'd had more stuff. There was actually another crochet vendor who she was walking around and shopping, and she stopped and she chatted, and she said that she had done the market last year and like sold out. And so this year she quadrupled her product that she brought, and still sold out like early on Sunday. And of course she couldn't get her car into the market to actually like break up and go home, so she just broke down all of her stuff, left it in her booth spot, and then was walking around and chatting with people and shopping. And there was still at least one other plushie vendor that I know of, so there was lots of room for everybody to have a really good day. So, and I think everybody was doing like slightly different items, because I saw people walk by with things that they bought at the other booths, and they weren't the same as what I had. And so you'd actually have people come by who had plushies that they bought from other people, and then they'd be like, oh, I didn't see yours, I want yours too. And so they buy something from me as well. So I thought that was really great. There's a lot of support, and everyone just had a really, really good time. So really enjoyed that market. If you are in the Gloucester, Virginia area, Daffodil Festival is the place to be. Come out and join, either as a vendor or just to come and visit. So I think next year definitely going to sign up for that market again. But on the downside, I did sell all but 4 of my plushies, which is making market prep for like the rest of the spring. Like I can feel like the indigestion starting as I like think about it and stress out. It's making market prep for the rest of the spring season really, really stressful. But I guess there are worse problems to have, right? What if I had shown up and hadn't sold anything? Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go finish up this video and then get ready to go back to work. So yay. Check in with you guys later. Bye.